Good morning and magandang Jensen. We are going to discuss about the strategic analysis of Netflix. Let's begin. We all know that Netflix is the largest online streaming services provider within the world with a subscriber base surpassing 193 million. The firm is serving its substance over 190 nations. It serves an assorted subscriber base universally. Its ubiquity around the world was driven by its original content, which has kept on drawing in news endorsers and mechanical advancement. In later a long time, its benefit has surged, and its working edges up to 13% in 2019 from 10% in 2018. At the conclusion of the primary quarter of 2020, its working edges up to 16.6% and after that 22% amid the moment quarter showing speedier development within the firm's productivity. Let's proceed to the current performance of Netflix. Netflix is one of the rare companies benefiting from the global pandemic, which has kept billions of people at home with nothing to do but stream. Although much of Netflix's recent boom did not start until mid-March, when more people were forced to stay at home so that the coronavirus will not spread, a series of popular original shows and movies helped Netflix boost subscribers in its first quarter. Netflix added 15.8 million subscribers, more than the 7.2 million that were expected, a growth of more than 22% year over year. Netflix now has 182 million subscribers worldwide. The company also saw quarterly revenue of $5.77 billion in dollars, and the equivalent of that in Philippine peso is 277,401,405 pesos versus the 5.76 in dollars billion estimated. The equivalent of $5.77 is 276,220,640. That is according to Alexander 2020. The global pandemic is a big opportunity to the company. People forced to stay at home and be a subscriber to Netflix to kill the boredom. Netflix has an amazing shows, movies, and more popular series. All content is applicable to all target market users. Netflix is taking extra precautions right now in an uncertain time, including temporarily reduce the number of product innovations we tried. Netflix is far ahead of its competitor, according to HarrisX, a market research and consulting company that specializes in online polling and data analytics. Netflix took up 72% of streaming time in homes, according to a new research report from Moffett-Nathanson in partnership with HarrisX. While overall streaming penetration reached 74%, implying very healthy subscriber growth in the quarter. The longer that Netflix has a captive audience because of the coronavirus pandemic, and if Netflix can continue serving new content, the company will continue to have a major advantage. Let's proceed to the strategic posture. The Netflix mission statement is, "We promise our customers stellar service, our suppliers a valuable partner, our investors the prospects of sustained profitable growth, and our employees the allure of huge impact." The commitment towards having an impact on society is over and above entertaining them is a factor that Netflix holds with high regard. It is true, Netflix does not take its customers for granted. The stability and reliability that characterize its platform, together with the company's services, proves beyond the doubt that Netflix is a distinguished company. The Netflix vision statement is becoming the best global entertainment distribution service. Through its integrated and customer-oriented approaches, Netflix has positioned itself as a global establishment as a way of fulfilling this component in its vision statement. The Netflix approaches is to become the best.
Part 2. External Environment. Supplier Power. Netflix and Martin Scorsese's latest project, The Irishman, was shown in a limited number of cinemas or in independent cinema chains before moving to Netflix. With Netflix increasing power, the powers of traditional cinemas will continue to dwindle. This is not the only time Netflix has done this. In 2018, they released Alfonso Cuarón's Roma, just a 21-day release at the independent and small chain cinemas before it started streaming. Buyer Power. The power of buyers cannot be underestimated here. With viewers now having the choice to watch whatever they want, if they cannot find something they desire on Netflix, they can simply look on the competitor site for something else. Also, as stated previously, with content moving to other suppliers, it is only natural for viewers to therefore follow the content to the platforms. Therefore, the power of buyers will always be high because of how easy it is for viewers to join and cancel subscription. Threats of substitution. YouTube accounts for a large part of a total video viewing, as 12% of all time spent watching video is on YouTube, who offer live streaming as well as recorded content. Competitive rivalry is high for Netflix. Competitive rivalry. While competitors such as Amazon can offer additional services for customers, subscription fees, others are removing the most popular video content from Netflix to show on their own platforms.
So we are now on a part 3 of internal environment of Netflix. So Netflix growth and success are attributable to business strengths and competitive advantages that empower worldwide development and advertise dominance. So the net competitive preferences are among the net results of the company's SWOT variables. Within the SWOT examination system, the qualities, shortcomings, openings, and dangers reflect the motion picture gushing organization's inside circumstances and outside environment. In this SWOT examination of Netflix Inc., the trade proceeds to develop and abuse openings despite antagonistic impacts of the company's weakness and the dangers within the advertise. This condition compels the online undertaking to create inventive arrangements to reinforce its multinational operations against competitors, particularly Amazon, Walmart, Apple, Disney, and Google, as well as HBO and other substance makers and related systems. Netflix Inc. needs to continue growing while developing capabilities to protect the business against competition and other threats in the media and entertainment industry. For its streaming services, the company offers different subscription plans at various price points and based on the quality of streaming, such as standard definition, high definition, and ultra high definition, and 4K definition. So this helps the subscriber to watch compatible with them and experience the best. All plans include unlimited viewing of available TV shows and movies and can be cancelled at any time. So this helps the subscriber to cancel their subscription if they don't wanna watch anymore or don't have any money to pay for their subscription, so they can cancel their subscription. The company's content is commercial free, giving it a leg up, in an increasingly competitive market filled with many advertising supported rivals. So this is a big thing, or their specialty in their company. This is helpful for the subscriber because there are no interruption when watching their favorite TV shows and movies. And this is a great thing, not like others website and applications.
We are now on Chapter 4, the corporate level strategy. Growth development. Netflix is one of the rare companies profiting from this global pandemic. Netflix has kept billions of individuals at home with nothing to do but stream. Netflix included 15.8 million supporters, more than twofold of the 7.2 million that were anticipated, a development of more than 22% year over year. Netflix presently has 182 million endorsers around the world. The company too saw quarterly income of $5.77 billion versus the $5.76 billion assessed. Another one is retrenchment employed. Netflix is allegedly laying off some employees in its marketing department as the streaming mammoth shifts to touting it possesses brand nearby its lead motion, pictures, and arrangement. The story uncovers that in some cases, indeed with the leading of eagerly, company culture can create into something that is not very what you are planning. Particularly, if representatives always stress that they do not degree up, either from an execution or social fit angle, they can be fired.
So we are now on the part 5 of Netflix analysis of strategic factors. Their strength is high brand equity of Netflix, large platform of content producers and consumers, and capacity for original content creation. So their strength is one of Netflix Incorporation major qualities are its high brand value, which is the trade advantage and esteem related with the company's brand relative to competitors. In this SWOT investigation case, the brand empowers the motion picture spilling company to preserve its notoriety and capacity to enter its current markets. And expansion, its expansive stage of substance makers and shoppers may be quality that permits Netflix to maximize its operational adequacy, benefit allure, and commerce development. So the weaknesses of Netflix Incorporation are immutable business model, dependence on content producers, and dependence on internet service providers. So the Netflix Incorporation has an immutable commerce show, which is an internal strategic factor that weakens the trade. For illustration, competitors can duplicate the same commerce demonstrate to make a stage for on-demand online media gushing. Reliance on substance makers and another shortcoming inspected in the SWOT investigation of Netflix Incorporation. This inner calculate makes the company helpless to the impacts of producers' techniques. In addition, the trade depends on web benefit suppliers that determine customers' connectivity speed, which may be basic figure impacting client fulfillment in the Netflix benefit. With these inner K components, this SWOT investigation reflects the vital challenge of making the company less helpless given this shortcoming.
The opportunities that Netflix has gained and benefited through this pandemic is the growth or expansion of product mix, the penetration in new markets, business diversification into other industries or markets. On the other hand, the threats that Netflix are facing is competitors and imitation from other industries entertainment, media, content piracy, and cybercrime.
Netflix recently missed its global subscriber targets by overall million and added the same number of subscribers that they did in the same quarter last year. These are the 4 points of strategic alternatives. First, continue focusing on original content development, allocating less and less funding towards licensing content. That is true. Users is more fond of Netflix if you have a very good content. Second, maintain presence in current market, domestically and internationally, focusing only on customers' retention and competitive customer acquisition. Third one, focus on international market to continue growing. Lastly, diversify the current platform to include different types of content, becoming a more holistic online destinations for consumers. Competitive strategies. The two strategic alternatives considered include Netflix focusing on attracting customers who are not fully committed to their current cable or satellite provider, meaning they are considering pulling the plug. Second, focusing on producing and distributing more original content only available on Netflix platform. Recommended strategy. According to the results of the QSPM matrix, Netflix would most benefit from focusing on the following strategies. First, increasing the production and distribution of original content. Netflix will first identify countries where investment make most sense in terms of revenue. Second, these strategies would increase Netflix customer base, which would subsequently increase revenue and positively impact the bottom line. These strategies will result in Netflix staying ahead of its competitors. The company's strategy is to grow its streaming membership globally, improving its members' experience by making massive investment in content. Netflix is continuously improving its members' experience by expanding streaming content with a focus on programming mix of content that delights members and attract new members.
B. Netflix has the potential to overwhelm the following stage of excitement conveyance, but they must certainly overcome impediments to do so. Preferably, one can watch the new phenomena made openings for the victory of modern companies. As broadcasting replaced radio, or cable supplanted broadcasting decades afterward, companies that did not ceaselessly innovate lost out and got to be ill-conceived. Nowadays, cable suppliers are losing millions of supporters to streaming administrations like Netflix. And as it were, those who have built solid economies of scale remain. This is something that Netflix directors must consider, although they have capabilities and intangible resources that are amazing. Their physical foundation is still overshadowed by huge cable and TV companies over the world who can use the capabilities and their brand name recognition to remain pertinent. Moreover, whereas Netflix is the undisputed pioneer of around the world spilling increased competition and stagnated endorser development in their most grounded markets ruin non-stop success. As the gushing advertise gets to be progressively soaked, Netflix and their competition face mounting weight from one another. With companies like Disney contributing intensely into streaming administrations, Netflix must persistently spend more each year on substance. In 2018 alone, they are anticipated to spend over $8 billion. The richest of choices that exist in the industry, from Amazon to Hulu to Netflix, is overpowering to shoppers and implies that one provider cannot trust to supply all the foremost alluring substance at any one time. To this conclusion, Netflix is an extraordinarily defenseless position. In case the subscription content show loses popularity, they do not have another commerce to drop back on like Disney, Apple, or Amazon do. Indeed, although shoppers pay for different administrations, the expanding environment means that Netflix will have to work harder to attract and retain their subscriber base.
Netflix has its own strategy to satisfy people by its own idea and originalities. That is all for this video. Thank you and magandang Jensen.